welcome back to another JavaScript coding challenge. The challenge for today's video is caught speeding. That is, given an array of numbers representing the speed at which vehicles were observed traveling and a number representing the speed limit, return an array with two items, the number of vehicles that were speeding followed by the average amount beyond the speed limit of those vehicles. If there were no vehicles speeding, simply return array with 0, 0. Okay, that's a challenge for today's video. Now let's get into the solution. Okay, here I'm creating a function called speeding, which takes two parameters, speeds as well as limit. Speeds is an array of elements, and then limit is an integer. Now let's start with defining two variables, that is count initialized to 0, comma sum equal to 0. One is to hold number of speeding vehicles, that is count. The sum is total amount they exceeded the limit. Okay, that is sum. Now let's loop through speeds array. Okay, let's loop through speeds array. Let s of speeds. Here let's check for the condition, that is if the vehicle speed is greater than limit. If the vehicle speed is greater than limit, that is if s greater than limit, simply increment the count by 1, count plus plus, and add amount by which it exceeded the limit. Okay, that is sum plus equal to s minus limit. Okay, now once we are done with this for loop, simply check for the condition, that is if, or I can say return count equals to 0. That means no vehicles exceeding the speed limit. If that is the case, we should simply return array like this. Okay, that is simply return 0, comma 0. Okay, that's the first. If at all the count is 0, else we should simply return an array containing the count, that is array with two items, that is number of vehicles that were speeding, that is the count. Okay, count, comma, the second element should be the average amount beyond the speed limit of those vehicles. Average is nothing but we have a sum value, use divided by and then count. This gives average. Okay, average amount beyond the speed limit of those vehicles. That's it. Okay, this is our solution. Now let me tell you the solution again one more time, what exactly we are doing here. So we declared two variables, count, sum, initialized with 0, and then we loop through the elements of speeds array, where inside for loop we are checking for the condition, that is if the speed is greater than limit, simply increment the count variable, that is nothing but number of speeding vehicles, and sum. Okay, sum plus, that is total amount they exceeded the limit. It's simply nothing but subtract speed with the limit. Now once we are done with the for loop, simply we are checking for condition, if count equals to 0, that means no vehicles are speeding, then simply return the array with 0, 0. If there are vehicles speeding, that means if count is not equal to 0, then we should return the count along with the average amount beyond the speed limit of those vehicles. Okay. Now let me check whether our solution is working as expected or not by running the test. We have around 5 test cases here. Let's run. All of our test cases passed. You see here, first test case, we should get um, 0, 0 array. Why? Because there is no vehicles speeding. So similarly, all of our test cases passed. So our solution is working as expected. That's it for today's challenge. If you like the video, please do like, share, and subscribe for more technical videos. Thank you for watching.